Okay, so this is my collabation of videos that I put together. We just recently last week we went up to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, to grab a couple things. And on next Sunday is Easter. And then we have Petaluma, which is up in San Francisco. Twice a year they have an antique fair. And then Old Town Auburn. There's one twice a year up in Old Town Auburn the next weekend. So we have one on the 27th, and on May 4th there's another up in Old Town Auburn in Sacramento. And we have a lot more stuff to take. I'm gonna start to be very vague on everything that I'm buying, because we just got business cards, and so I'm going to be promoting everything I'm selling. So that means that this is going to be more of a promotion thing on how I'm going to be selling items. Also, I only bought 2 lockers, and these are the 2 lockers, and then I'm going to do a brief spill on how we did in Alameda. Then I'm going to put them all together in a long video. So, okay, I'm back from the trip. I'm going to show you guys the expenses that we did. I can't flip the camera back and forth, that's why I'm talking through this. So, it was a horrible experience with Alameda. I'll get into that. So, this is the expenses that we did. The car rental that we rented, which you don't need to do, but we rented it for 3 days, $155. The plane tickets were $238. My husband was free because he got his work paid for him to fly out to Denver because he had to work. So that only cost $238. It's only $119 per person. The hotel for 3 nights was $227. I actually only wanted to do 2 nights, but there was an emergency stop because we got snowed out on one of the highways, so we had to stop for the night. So it cost $78 that night. So it ended up being $227. The truck rental was $947.13. It was a 22-foot truck. We could have saved $400 because my son needed to sit in between us, so we had to do a 3rd seat. So you could save money there. The gas for that truck was a diesel, so it only cost $615, which is excellent because we actually drove out to San Francisco also after we got back from into Sacramento. Parking at the airport for 5 days was $50. And then our rent space for 2 spots was $285 at the antique fair, which I added in because that was part of the plan. The total expense was $2,557. Okay, so now I'm doing total for merchandise, how much I spent on the merchandise and how much I plan to make for each thing. You have to add that in as you buy something. If you're not going to actually we wanted to triple up on everything. We tried to, but this was 4 chairs with drop-down table. We paid $125. We sold it. We want to sell it for $350. We have not sold anything yet, but I'll tell you that in a second. Gray floral couch. I bought it because I don't really like the floral part. But we bought it because of the cool shape of it. It's a shape that we like. But paid $160. We're gonna sell it for $12. There's a wall lamp. We paid $50. We're selling it for $300. The industrial lamp, which is industrial stuff, is really in right now. And we want to do mid-century industrial, shabby chic, or any type of wood that's sanded down. I forget what it's called. So an industrial lamp, we paid $50. We want to sell it for $160. There's an ashtray. He gave it to me for free. I'm going to paint it. It's really cool. I'm going to sell it for $30. Vintage Lazy Boy chair, we paid $130. I'm going to sell it for $600 right now in our antique booth. One of the owners have one for $780, so we're really excited about that. That was a good find. The wood farmhouse table, paid $200, sell for $60. This table was probably a $1,400 table when we got there. The dogs had chewed it up on the bottom, so I have to reduce it down to $600 because you have to sand it and repaint it again. So that's going to be a worker type of situation. Okay, we bought a German display case. Really, really pretty. Has all these finishes on it. For $400, we want to sell it for $900. There's this Elaine Starbucks clock. We paid $100 for it. We want to sell it for $300. These candlesticks, they're metal and they have really intricate designs in the metal. They're really tall. They're really, really cool. They hold the really thick, thick candles, not the skinny candles. But we're going to sell those for $250. The dishes, I got these mid-century dishes. He just threw them in with me, so I'm going to charge $50 for those. There's a brown chair with velvet. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say dirty, but it's, it's not in perfect condition. There's a little bit of a scratch in the front, but it's still really cool. So I'm going to sell it for $200. That'd probably be a $400 chair if it was perfect, but white stools with table. The table moves up and down. It's really cool. We paid $210. We're going to sell it for $450. There's a sectional couch. It has all these intricate designs on it. Paid $800 and I sell it for $2,200. A metal couch. It's made in the late 70s. It's perfect. When we bought it for $300 and I sell it for $18. There's a metal chair that's really, really cool. We paid $75 and I sell it for $200. There's a small stool that we just gave her $25 for and sold it for $40. So this is our total expenses with purchase. So the total trip cost $2,557. Our total merchandise purchase was $2,765. That's a total of $5,322. Everything I'm selling adds up to $9,630. My total profit, which is $4,308. That's what I want to get for everything. Now, what happens is people talk you down. So I'm hoping to make close to $3,000. We came home with $2,400. So you have to remember that I set up as many opportunities as I could find out there. And what happened was, stuff went not as planned because I didn't like stuff, or my husband didn't like stuff, so we said no. Then we got to the stores, and the stores were either too expensive or they had stuff that was just too beat up that we weren't going to be able to sell for double the profit of what we wanted. So because that last $2,500 could have been, a double of everything that we had, because we had already paid back the total purchase of the trip. That first couple thousand was going towards the trip to pay for the trip. So that last $2,500, which we didn't spend, was pretty much our full profit of what we were going to buy. But you know what? I have money now to go out and buy a unit right away. So that's what I'm going to just concentrate on, is going out and buying a unit right now. So we have a lot of furniture. What happened was we got to Alameda, and we drove for 25 hours straight, and we got down to Alameda and it started raining. It was dark. They didn't call it. They'd send out an email and say that they're going to cancel because of the rain. They never called it, so we didn't know it was going to rain that early. We pulled everything out of the truck, and suddenly it starts pouring rain, and we are exhausted already. And now we had to freaking load the truck back up, and it really was a disaster because we were going to make at least $2,000 that day, which would cost for our total cost for the trip. So I can pay back all the credit cards that I used for the trip. So it really messed everything up in that sense. But we are scheduled to go out there in March 2nd. And if you guys want to look up at all the pictures of what we have, I put it all on Craigslist under Retro Robinson. So just go into the Sacramento search and Craigslist under Sell All, and push in under the search engine, push in Retro Robinson, and you can see all the pictures of everything that we purchased. I didn't put them on the computer to show everybody the computer on the computer, but I should. But anyways, so that's the end of our trip. Things I learned from the trip. For one, this is what I would do different. I would fly out into a bigger city away from like Denver, and hit 3 cities on the way home. So what I would do is I would spend 2 days in one city and then drive 8 hours to the next city towards the house, towards our home. Spend another 2 days in that city, drive another 8 hours, and spend another 2 days in another city. I wouldn't just spend all my time in Denver because we pretty much cleared out Denver of everything that they had for good stuff for that couple weeks. So it was really hard to find anything new. Second of all, well, I would make sure that I had enough money for emergency situations, which I mean is common sense, but you know, you want to spend every single dollar you have on merchandise. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to buy a new locker, so look for my new video. I just bought this unit and it's completely soaked with water.
It's not soaked, it used to be wet.
It used to be wet. And I bought it for $40 and I already sold $20 of a radio that was worth a lot more. So we'll see what we have in here. It was worth $100, so hopefully there's some stuff in this locker. Okay, so this is all garbage. It's all garbage. It's all moldy, but we have this stuff. We got this. Brand new set of dishes.
Show them this.
This.
Show them this.
This is the mold. It's pretty disgusting. Look at the mold. And it's like, this is really, really nice. I'm going to clean it up with Clorox bleach. I'm going to try. But there's a huge microwave in here. This armoire is probably going to be $100. I only paid $40 for this unit. I already got $20 back by selling something already. But yeah, it's all moldy. So I tried. Anyways, that's it. There's a bunch of cans. Hello everyone. Guess I should update you a little bit on what I've been doing. This month I bought 3 lockers. One of them was a comic book locker. So I bought this locker for $600. There's over 600 comics here. I don't know, about probably 1,000 comics. Pretty cool. There's some that can go in my booth. 20-cent ones. There's these. They're brand new in the package. I got this one, $30. Some of them are $50. This one's brand new in the package. Fantastic Four record book, $50. This one's $50. Captain America, so not brand new, but it's pretty cool. It opens up and it's a comic and it has a record in it. Pretty cool. There's all kinds of them. The silver, we got Silver Surfer, X-Men, we got Avengers, we got everything here. I haven't added up yet because I haven't researched all of them. I have some in the bedroom. This one's $110. This one's $165 comic. This is a $40 postcard book. This is $40. Keep on my booth. We got. I'll go out to the garage. I did 3 units this month. I'll show you one of the units in a second. So this is my garage right now. I went to Alameda, and what happened at Alameda was I'll tell you in a second. So I bought this table for $300, the yellow one. It goes with a white table back there. I'm charging $600 for it. Most of the stuff I got in Denver already that I told you about. This came with a Danish chair. I bought it for $85. He said that he didn't like this part because He said it didn't look like it matched, but it was the same fabric and stuff. So I'm like, whatever. I was like, whatever. How much do you want to pay for it? And he's like, I had $300 on the set because it's a modern Danish chair with it rocked, and I bought it for $85. I had $300 on it. So he's like $225, and I was like, okay. And I kept this, so it's $30 for this, and I'm probably gonna get my full price. This came out of the comic book locker. It's pretty disgusting right now. I'm gonna wash it tomorrow because I just kind of got the stuff all over in it right now. It has stainless steel doors. The doors are off of it right now because they moved it, but it completely works. So I'm gonna put $300 on eBay. Craigslist for this. It's worth $450, but I want to get rid of it fast. I just bought this freezer. The bottom of it's over there. Looks like brand new. It's really, really cool. So, yeah. I have to clean it all out. But it needs Freon. But pretty much has everything in it. Hoping, I'm going to try selling it as is. For $1,000, but because Freon only costs $400, we don't have the key to it. The rest of it works. There's a little light that shines on the bottom of this, and there's kind of some touch-up. We're going to get some touch-up paint, and we're going to do touch-ups up here because they painted this green. So I have all this. This is miscellaneous junk that I'm going to take. I bought a locker for $125. I bought another locker for $40, which was completely filled with mold. I threw everything away. Pretty much got this and a stereo. And I made my money back, but it was $40. But, you know, I'm going to sell that at Folsom this weekend. But all this, I bought a bunch of vintage Christmas stuff for Christmas time. That's going to go in my booth. And let's see. Okay, so I went down to Alameda because we got rained out on the last video. So the next month we went down there, and it was supposed to rain again. So we get down there, we rent a truck, we pull everything out of the car, and it starts raining. Thank freaking God after 9:30, because at 9 o'clock the price drops to $10. Before 9 o'clock, if you want to get in, it's like $6:30. If you want to get in, then it's $15. So everybody waits till 9 a.m. to get into to Alameda. So it usually gets busy around 9 o'clock. So it started raining at 9:30, thank God. Around 9 o'clock, we sold 4 items. And it was the green floral couch that I bought for $160. I sold that to a guy that lives in China that's having it shipped to China, and he was going to reupholster it. I sold the farmhouse table, the wood table with the wood chairs. She is a redesigner. She's going to be sanding it down and fixing it up a little bit and reselling it. I sold that chair, that orange chair, for $225. All within an hour, I made $1,675, and it started pouring. And what do you know? Alameda decides that they're not going to everybody's going to have to endure the rain, so all my stuff got wet. I had a couple people interested in the yellow table for $600. And pretty much, I had a lot of people taking pictures of stuff, which is awesome at Alameda because it brings people over. There was a couple that wanted the red table. They were talking about it, but she didn't really like the red. So I had a lot of people in my booth. A lot of people were looking at stuff. And I have 100% believe that we would have sold out of everything if it had been a beautiful day. We had an offer on the vintage Lazy Boy chair for $175. He pulled it out and was like begging us. And I was like, no, it's worth $400. I'm not taking it. Go away. But, so what I did when I got home is there's 2 antique auctions. that are only twice a year. One at Petaluma. It's down by the bay a little bit more. And then there's one in Old Town Auburn. So I got on and I reserved our spaces for those 2 locations. And so we're going to be going to those. Well, as you can see, I only have 2 tables, a couch, and I sold the bar stools to that white little right table. We have 2 of the chairs back there, and then I bought this refrigerator for it. So we are planning on going on another picker's trip to take that $1,600 and turn it into about 8 more new things, because we have 2 shows we're going to. So we'll see how that worked out. So what happened is after you get back home from the show, what I did was I took one credit card payment of $600 for the farmhouse table. So I'm going to pay taxes on that and say that's how much I made for the day, because I went home early. And then, so that's $40 I have to pay to the government, but that's going to prove that I was there that weekend. So if you subtract everything so I bought 4 items pretty much for the trip. You subtract that from the overall total of how much you made, and I came out with about $600. So I technically made $600. Now I take the $600 and I want to apply it to the Denver trip to pretty much pay the Denver trip back so that I can do another picker's trip. So what we're going to do is go into Las Vegas. So I'm going to take all that money and I'm going to try to double up on that money. Plus, of course, everything in this garage. So we have everything in our booth also. So it's a long process and takes a really long time. This is not easy. This is takes a long time, and it's very stressful, and you pretty much do without any money because you're re-putting everything you have into this. So just so everybody knows, it's hard and it's exhausting, but it's fun. You'll see that I taped a couple of the lockers. I did not tape the one with all the comics because obviously it had just boxes of comics in it in the refrigerator. So other than that, that's the video for this month. I'll do another video this coming month if I buy another locker. I'm still looking for an antique locker because my booth needs antiques really bad. So okay, I'll do another video next month.